Hey guys, welcome to the Bambushi Happy Hour. Let's talk Big Brother season 27. I am Peju Bambushi Berger. And before we begin, guys, don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to our podcast, to our updates. Okay, before we begin, guys, for all of those who need a little bit of a refresher. So you all know the unfortunate news that Miss Rachel Reilly has been eliminated from the competition. And the reason why she was eliminated was for some stupid, weird twist called the white locust twist, in which Rachel went home on the hamster wheel competition that was reminiscent of, for those of you who are familiar with reindeer games, Big Brother reindeer games. And it was sort of like a tag out type of thing where you have a certain amount of time to complete the task. In this case, it was like a puzzle slash maze. You have to complete it on the hamster wheel. I think it started out with 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and then it decreases as the people continue to go on. Now, Ava was a person who won some smaller type of like contest, and it gave her immunity. So she got to choose who would go first in the hamster wheel challenge. Now, she asked for volunteers. The two people who volunteered were Rachel and Vince. She tried to get Will, she tried to get Ashley and Morgan to go up, and they didn't want to go first. So Ava chose Vince to go up first, even though Rachel was asking to go up first. Apparently, according to Ava, Rachel grabbed her arm, and I guess that was a turnoff for Ava. So she chose Vince, even though she can't stand Vince. And like I said on the last update, Vince went first. Then Vince chose Lauren, which of course upset Morgan. And then Morgan went. And then Morgan chose Rachel to go. Now we know that Vince and we know that Morgan both threw the competition because they didn't want the chance to win HOH. Well, Lauren won HOH. Rachel was eliminated, and Lauren chose to put Morgan, Ashley, and Will on the block. That's who's on the block, ladies and gentlemen. It is, like I said, so many people are very unhappy with the way things are going, that the blockbuster is still a thing. But number one, that Rachel was eliminated without a vote cast against her and without her having the opportunity to save herself or just campaign. So many of the house guests are unhappy. Ashley complained about it, Ava complained about it, even Vince complained about it. And we have like the likes of Janelle and Dan Giesling. All of these people are very, very, very upset. My girl Danielle Reyes didn't seem quite as upset. She felt like it's Big Brother. You never know, expect the unexpected, which is true. It's just that the other people in the house so far have had the opportunity to save themselves multiple occasions, and Rachel hasn't. Even if it wasn't Rachel that this happened to, I would feel this is not fair. Anywho, who am I to judge? I'm not a person that's in the Big Brother house. I'm not connected to production. I just think that production kind of screwed this up. So we will see, this on the Tuesday's episode. As a reminder, guys, there is no Sunday night episode. So the veto competition has taken place. And we do know, first of all, who was playing in the veto competition. I mentioned on the last episode. And that was, of course, we have the three nominees. I mean, not the three nominees, the three people who are on the block. We have Ashley, we have Morgan, and we have Will. And then we have the head of household, Lauren. And the two people chosen were Ava and Vince. Now, Vince was saying that, he would use the veto on Morgan to Morgan's face. But then when he wasn't in Morgan's face, he was telling Lauren, I need to use the veto on Morgan. I have to use it on her. And Lauren is like, no, don't do that. I don't think it's good. It might upset like Kelly, and it might upset Keanu. And so, Vince is like, yeah, you're right. But I have to use it on her if I win. So maybe I should just throw it to her. Don't know if he really did throw it to her or not, but this is what he's saying to Lauren. And then Lauren is like wondering whether or not she should use it or not, or what. Who knows? Anyway, we move forward. The competition starts. They have some famous ones. I know that like Keanu his comic has something to do with ass, like as in assassins, and then Kelly's has something to do with peanut butter and Kelly. We heard that Lauren's and Morgan's was very sexy. I don't know if Morgan had something to do with a mortuary or something. I couldn't quite tell. I was trying to get all this information. We don't know how Will's and we don't know Ashley's. I think those are the ones that just kind of stood out. Once I get some more information, guys, I will definitely let you know. What we know was BB Comics, and from what we heard, Lawrence and Miss Morgan's was very, very, very sexy. So there you go. So I don't know. And why we don't know about Ashley's and Will's, that's a whole nother story. So anyway, who is the winner of the competition? Coming in third is Ashley. No prizes for third place, unfortunately. Coming in second is Lauren. No prizes for second. And the winner is Morgan. Now, Morgan, of course, is going to take herself off the block because Vince is not on the block with her. So there's nobody even needs to think about it. So she'll be taking herself off the block, and in his place probably will be Keanu. Now, this is what Lauren's plan was. This is what she told Ava. This is what she told Vince. Keanu, of course, is trying to get Vince to go up there and told Vince to his face that if you go up there, you'll have the votes to stay because Morgan is not going to vote you out, but she probably will vote me out. So Keanu knows, though, that if he does go up, he has to win Blockbuster because even Kelly is ready to vote him out. So he has to win Blockbuster. And Will got injured, I guess, during the BB comics. So he's not in the best physical place. Ashley and Will are both feeling very down, very defeated. Ava's feeling defeated. Ava's throwing kind of shade too at Rachel, of saying that, now we'll get more attention and Rachel isn't there. And I don't feel bad that I did this, that I had her go first. I guess she does feel bad because she's trying to talk herself out of it, but she's saying a bunch of nasty things. So I don't know. Or not so nice things, and that's just kind of, Ava is very blunt, which I like about her. I just don't like Rachel. And I don't like her playing the victim. Like, Rachel grabbed you. What do you mean she grabbed? What does she mean by that? I just want to know, guys. I don't want to be biased because I do like Rachel. So let me know if you think I'm being biased. Keanu also was being messy, telling Vince, you're going to have to cut Morgan. You can't go with her to the final two. You lose against her in the final two. And, she just keeps on, kind of, manipulating you. And, does she know that you have a girlfriend, right? She knows you have a girlfriend, right? And of course, Vince was, he couldn't hear, the hair was in his ears when he was taking a shower, or he's like, oh, yeah, no, it's just, and why was Morgan crying? Because you chose Lauren to go first. And Vince was just like, oh, it's just betrayal. She just felt like some type of betrayal. And what's his name? Keanu was like, oh, that was just so weird. So Keanu's being messy. He's like, other people can see it too. And I know that Keanu tried to stay up late last night, as late as he could, to kind of block Morgan and Vince from having their meeting. Morgan was in the DR room for a really, really long time. It looked like Vince was looking around, waiting for her. The camera switched to Keanu on all 4 cams, so we never got to see if Vince and Morgan met up again at night. Probably they did. Guys, I want to know what your thoughts are on this, because you remember that Jimmy went on Instagram Live and he said that Vince and his girlfriend aren't as close as people are making it seem, and that they live in 2 different cities, and that neither one of them wants to move for each other, and that there was a probability that Vince and her would break up after the show was over. So I'm just wondering why I'm not hearing more of that narrative in the house or even outside. So just want to know what your guys' thoughts are on everything. Yeah, what do you think? Ashley seems defeated. Ashley will win against Keanu if it's votes, but if it comes down to the Blockbuster, Keanu is the heavy favorite. Anything could happen. But do you guys think that we're going too far with the Blockbuster this late into the competition? Do you think that this has turned into really the challenge, is what some of the players are saying? I want to know your thoughts on that, guys. What do you think about Morgan pulling out the win and the power of veto? Just a reminder, guys, I have my notes here. No new episode tonight, Sunday. There will be an episode Tuesday, September 9th. And I guess we'll have another episode this Wednesday, and then the eviction notice. Next Wednesday will be September 17th, guys, will be a 2-hour special. And then Thursday, September 18th will also be a 2-hour special. And then there's no Sunday episode again next Sunday because of the Emmy Awards, and the finale is September 28th. Now there's more, there's more episodes in between there, but just want to let you guys know the difference in the schedule changing. So anyway, I want to know your thoughts, guys, on what do you think about the way things are gone so far? Are you upset about Rachel leaving? Do you feel that the game is pretty much over, that it's going to be a comp beast? Just curious of your thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. And I'll be back and let you know how things go on Monday after the veto ceremony. Bye.
It'll get you drunk.